The drama on The Bold and the Beautiful is about to explode in ways no one can stop. And on Monday, June 22nd, the tension surrounding Hope Logan Spencer reaches a breaking point. Katie Logan Spencer tries to be the steady voice of reassurance, standing beside Hope and insisting that somehow, some way, everything is going to be all right. She offers comfort the way only a sister and an aunt could, trying to hold the pieces together before the storm hits. But even in the middle of her encouragement, Katie drops a revelation that changes everything. It's the kind of announcement that doesn't calm a crisis, it accelerates it. Hope has already been unraveling under the pressure, terrified that the fragile bond she still shares with Brooke Logan Forrester could be destroyed the moment the truth comes out about her new job. The fear isn't just about being caught in a lie or facing a difficult conversation. It's about losing the one relationship that has shaped so much of her life. And Hope knows exactly how devastating Brooke's reaction could be once the full truth is exposed. Katie, however, refuses to see the situation through a lens of fear. In her mind, Brooke should eventually come around because beneath all the secrecy and shock, this decision is still about Hope taking control of her future. Katie believes Brooke should be able to see that. She believes a mother should be able to look past the immediate betrayal and recognize that Hope is making a career move that could ultimately benefit her in the long run. To Katie, this isn't some reckless act of rebellion. It's Hope trying to reclaim herself, trying to step into something new, something powerful, something that might finally give her the fresh start she desperately needs. And if Brooke can't understand that, if she chooses anger over compassion, then Katie feels that failure rests squarely on Brooke's shoulders. But Hope doesn't share Katie's optimism because Hope knows her mother too well. She knows the intensity of Brooke's emotions, the depth of her disappointment, and the fury that can ignite when she feels blindsided. So even as Katie tries to soothe her, Hope remains haunted by the inevitable explosion that she knows is coming, as if she can already hear the sound of everything falling apart. Still, despite the dread tightening around her, Hope knows there's no more time to hesitate. Whatever consequences are waiting on the other side of this reveal, she believes the debut has to happen, and it has to happen now. There's simply no way to delay it any longer, not when she's standing on the edge of launching something entirely new, while the shadow of hope for the future still lingers behind her. She can't stand in one world and announce the relaunch of Hope for the Future while secretly preparing to unveil a new line at Logan. The contradiction is too great, the deception too dangerous, and the timeline too tight. That's why Katie takes the final step and does something that seals Hope's fate once and for all. She sets an official date for the debut of Hope's collection, and not someday in the distant future, not after everyone has had time to process, but very, very soon, mere days away. Just like that, the countdown begins, and the luxury of second-guessing disappears. With that one move, Katie doesn't just offer Hope an opportunity, she locks her into a collision course with the truth. A firm deadline is now in place, and suddenly this isn't a private plan whispered behind closed doors anymore. It's real, it's public, it's moving forward whether Hope is emotionally ready or not. Katie appears determined to make sure the world knows exactly what's coming, arranging for a press release to go out and building momentum for what she clearly sees as the next big thing at Logan. The imminent fashion show becomes the centerpiece of it all, the official launch point for a new era that promises excitement, attention, and a shockwave no one will see coming until it's too late. Once that announcement is out there, there will be no taking it back, no quiet retreat, no graceful exit strategy. Hope will have no choice but to stick to the original plan, step into the spotlight, and face whatever devastation comes afterward. And when the dust settles, when Brooke finally learns everything and the emotional wreckage begins, Hope will be left trying to repair the damage in the aftermath of a decision she already knows could change everything. At the same time, another layer of Logan family drama begins to unfold as Donna Logan Forrester returns to the picture and finds herself trapped in the middle of a painful emotional divide. Brooke, blissfully unaware of what's really happening, continues gushing over the fantasy of Hope returning to Forrester, a future she's already imagining with warmth, pride, and complete confidence, even though viewers know that return is never going to happen. There's something heartbreaking in Brooke's certainty, because every hopeful word she speaks only deepens the irony of what's waiting around the corner. While Brooke dreams about one future for her daughter, Katie is actively preparing the fashion shocker of the century behind the scenes, moving pieces into place that will shatter Brooke's expectations in an instant. And in the middle of those opposing realities stands Donna, torn between loyalty, love, and the unbearable weight of knowing more than she wishes she did. She can feel the pressure building from both sides, the optimism pouring out of Brooke, the urgency radiating from Katie, and the emotional vulnerability wrapped around Hope's secret. Donna doesn't want to betray anyone, but she also can't escape the feeling that the Logan sisters are heading straight toward a collision that will leave no one untouched. Meanwhile, across town, the mood shifts from family tension to something far more triumphant as Bill Spencer finds himself on the verge of a major promotional victory. Bill is absolutely over the moon after Wyatt Spencer comes through with exactly what he needed, the hope for the future diamond. The timing couldn't be more perfect because Bill intends to use that dazzling gem as part of the publicity machine surrounding Hope's move to Katie's fashion house. In Bill's world, presentation is power, and if there's a way to turn a fashion debut into an event people can't stop talking about, he's going to find it. The diamond isn't just a beautiful object, it's a symbol, a statement piece, a way to attach glamour and intrigue to Hope's next chapter while drawing attention to the brand in the boldest way possible. Exactly how Bill plans to use the gem to stir up buzz remains to be seen, but there's no doubt he has a strategy in mind, and when Bill Spencer sees an opportunity to create spectacle, he rarely lets it go to waste. He's already imagining the headlines, the excitement, the conversation that will erupt once the public sees what Logan is about to unveil. And that excitement doesn't stop with Bill, because Wyatt and Shauna Fulton are poised to share in the good fortune too. As the future of their jewelry line at Logan begins moving forward, the mood around them shifts into celebration, replacing uncertainty with a burst of long-awaited relief. For Wyatt, handing over the diamond isn't just a favor, it becomes part of a bigger moment, one that opens the door to opportunity and gives him a reason to feel proud of what's ahead. For Shauna, it's another sign that something she's been hoping for may finally be taking shape, and the possibility of their line moving ahead brings with it the thrill of validation. In a world where so many storylines are wrapped in secrets, betrayals, and emotional landmines, this piece of good news feels like a rare breath of light breaking through the clouds. So while Hope braces for the fallout of a launch that could cost her dearly, and while Brooke unknowingly stands on the edge of a painful betrayal, Wyatt and Shauna get a chance to celebrate the kind of progress that feels earned, exciting, and full of promise. But in true bold and the beautiful fashion, even the sweetest victories unfold in the shadow of looming chaos, because as one dream begins, another heartbreak is already racing towards center stage. As the final preparations accelerated and the deadline Katie Logan Spencer had established loomed ever closer, Hope Logan Spencer found herself standing at the crossroads of ambition and family loyalty. Sleep became harder to find as her mind replayed the same troubling thoughts night after night. Every success surrounding the upcoming launch should have filled her with excitement, yet each achievement seemed accompanied by a fresh wave of anxiety. The collection was ready, the plans were in place, the publicity machine was beginning to move exactly as intended, and still, Hope could not shake the image of Brooke Logan Forrester learning the truth and realizing that her daughter had chosen a direction she never expected. The anticipation of that moment lingered like a shadow over every victory, reminding Hope that while professional dreams were about to come true, personal consequences were waiting just around the corner. What made the situation even more difficult was the fact that Hope genuinely understood why Brooke would feel hurt. Their relationship had always been built on openness, trust, and a shared belief in facing challenges together. Brooke had spent years supporting her daughter through heartbreak, setbacks, triumphs, and reinventions, which made the secrecy surrounding this career move feel especially painful. Hope never intended to deceive her mother. She never wanted to create a divide between them. But circumstances had pushed her into a position where revealing the truth too early could have jeopardized everything she was trying to build. The longer she carried that burden, the heavier it became, and now she could feel the emotional weight reaching a breaking point. Soon there would be no more explanations delayed for another day, no more opportunities to soften the blow before the facts emerged. Reality was rapidly approaching, and neither Hope nor Brooke would be able to avoid it. Meanwhile, Katie continued moving forward with unwavering confidence, fully embracing her role as the driving force behind the launch. To her, hesitation no longer served any purpose. She believed Hope had earned this opportunity through hard work and determination, and she refused to allow fear to steal that achievement. Every phone call, every planning session, and every strategic decision reflected Katie's commitment to making the debut an undeniable success. She envisioned the collection capturing attention throughout the fashion industry, attracting praise, headlines, and opportunities that could redefine Hope's future. In Katie's mind, the greatest mistake would be allowing family drama to derail something with such enormous potential. She understood that difficult conversations were coming, but she believed those conversations should happen after Hope had been given the chance to shine. For Katie, the future mattered more than temporary conflict, and she was determined to keep everyone focused on what lay ahead, rather than what might be lost. At the same time, Brooke remained blissfully unaware of how dramatically her expectations were about to be challenged. Her optimism remained intact, fueled by a vision of the future that she still believed was within reach. She continued imagining Hope reconnecting with familiar opportunities and returning to the path Brooke considered the most natural fit. The thought brought her comfort and reassurance, allowing her to look ahead with confidence rather than concern. Yet the audience watching these events unfold could feel the tension growing stronger with every scene. The contrast between Brooke's hopes and the reality waiting around the corner created an almost unbearable sense of anticipation. It was like watching someone walk toward a door without realizing what stood on the other side. The closer Brooke moved toward the truth, the more dramatic the inevitable revelation became. For Donna Logan Forrester, the emotional strain continued to mount. She could see both sides of the situation more clearly than most. She understood Brooke's perspective and recognized how deeply this revelation might wound her. At the same time, she could appreciate Hope's determination to pursue an opportunity she believed in and Katie's commitment to supporting that dream. Being caught between those competing loyalties left Donna carrying an emotional burden of her own. Every conversation felt layered with hidden meaning. Every optimistic comment from Brooke seemed to increase Donna's discomfort. She wanted to protect her sister from heartbreak while also respecting the choices Hope had made for herself. Unfortunately, there was no easy solution waiting ahead. The truth was coming whether anyone felt ready or not, and Donna knew that once it arrived, the Logan family would be forced to confront emotions they could no longer keep buried. Elsewhere, Bill Spencer's excitement continued growing as he looked toward the promotional possibilities surrounding the Hope for the Future diamond. The gemstone had quickly become more than just a beautiful object in his eyes. It was turning into a symbol of reinvention, ambition, and bold new beginnings. Bill understood that memorable stories often needed a striking centerpiece, and the diamond provided exactly that. He envisioned attention-grabbing campaigns, glamorous presentations, and conversations that would spread far beyond the fashion world itself. The timing felt perfect, almost as though every piece of the puzzle was falling into place. While others wrestled with uncertainty and emotional complications, Bill focused entirely on the opportunities waiting to be seized. His confidence only added to the growing momentum surrounding Hope's launch, creating an atmosphere where expectations seemed to rise by the hour. Not far away, Wyatt Spencer and Shauna Fulton continued enjoying the rewards of their own success story. The progress of their jewelry line represented more than a professional accomplishment, it represented validation. Their ideas were being embraced, their work was being recognized, and their future suddenly appeared brighter than ever. The celebrations surrounding their achievement brought a refreshing sense of positivity to a landscape otherwise dominated by tension and secrecy. For a brief moment, they were able to focus entirely on possibility rather than conflict. Their excitement served as a reminder that while some chapters were ending and others were beginning, growth and opportunity remained at the heart of everything happening at Logan. Success was opening new doors, even as emotional storms gathered elsewhere. Yet beneath every celebration, every hopeful plan, and every ambitious dream, a single question continued to linger. What would happen when Brooke finally learned the truth? No amount of preparation could fully answer that question. No strategic plan could guarantee forgiveness. No successful fashion show could erase the emotional impact of a revelation that had been hidden for so long. The uncertainty surrounding Brooke's eventual reaction remained the most powerful force shaping everyone's future. It was the ticking clock beneath every conversation, the tension hidden behind every smile, and the shadow cast across every victory. As the fashion show drew nearer and the official announcement moved closer to becoming public knowledge, the emotional stakes rose higher than ever before. And so the story continued building toward its explosive turning point. Hope stood on the edge of a life-changing debut. Katie remained determined to push forward no matter the obstacles. Donna struggled with the difficult position of knowing more than she could comfortably reveal. Bill prepared to transform a dazzling diamond into a publicity sensation. Wyatt and Shauna celebrated a future filled with promise, and Brooke, still unaware of the truth, moved steadily toward a revelation that could change everything she believed about her daughter's plans. The excitement, the fear, the anticipation, and the uncertainty all merged into a single, unstoppable wave rushing toward the future. When that wave finally crashed, it would bring triumph for some, heartbreak for others, and consequences that would echo long after the fashion show lights dimmed. The stage was almost set, the audience was waiting, and the next chapter promised to be more dramatic than anyone could imagine.